Must have been very exciting for you going off to do your training.
Oh, very fearful, very fearful, yes.
Bit daunting.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you always felt as though you were inferior not having had tea. You see, although you had other experience that those nurses hadn't had.
A lot more experience
in the
life.
family and of life and that.
Yes.
You didn't have the head knowledge that you needed. However,
but you soon caught up.
Seemed to.
Your experience of life and difficult life must have
Yes.
been very useful to you.
Well, it's I suppose helps to build up character, doesn't it?
It must have helped you when you were looking after people in similar
Yes.
circumstances.
Well, I've always got a feeling, for the underdog
Yeah.
kind of style.
Yeah. I suppose some women coming into midwifery haven't got a clue about that sort of thing, have they? Because they tended to be more privileged women, didn't they?
Yes, exactly.
And so,
I mean, when I went to training college, I realised then how inadequate I was, because there were older cadets there that had had good jobs, well known in the business and the music and
really,
and reading and that all helps, doesn't it? So you in those kind of cases, you start off at a disadvantage, but you don't realise it until you change from one circumstance to the other.
Yes.
I didn't realise I was underprivileged.
But it must have been made you a very different sort of
I never
midwife.
had a room of my own until I went there. You see, I was 20, 21. So I never knew what it was to be private. And I think everybody needs a bit of privacy. I think all children do.
So did you love it when you suddenly got that?
Oh, I thought it was marvellous.
Did
to have
you?
a room of your own, yes. And to have some privacy. But of course, I wouldn't have valued it the same had I not had it, would I? I mean,
No.
if you've known that this kind of luxury all your life, you don't appreciate it when you have it, do you?
No, I suppose for some of those women coming into nursing midwifery, it was like coming down into hardship, wasn't it? Rather than gaining. Was there good comradeship between the midwives that were training?
Yes, we did have a very good fellowship, because we used to have, at the Mother's Hospital, there was always morning prayers. All the nurses used to come to the dining room for meals, for breakfast, and they'd call a roll to make sure everybody was there, and then have short prayers, and then you'd go to the wards after that. And every Tuesday night we had a meeting in the staff sitting room, and different sections of the staff would do these meetings. So it was always there, you see. And then in the Salvation Army, wherever you go, you always know somebody, and you're quickly made welcome, you see. So you're never, like here, so you never need to be, you know somebody that you've met before or have known you before.
That's good, isn't it? Yes.
I think you do need something out of your own home, in whatever circumstances you're in.
Yes. Did you find you really particularly loved the midwifery?
Yes.
Or was it just another side to the work, general work that you were doing?
I thought, fully stretched, if that's what you mean. Yes, fully stretched with the midwifery. But my mother was always amazed that I ever went into midwifery, because when she used to have the babies and the napkins would be, with the tap running on them, I used to always feel sick and heave. I never can understand how you've taken on that work, because you never would look at the napkins when they were there.
She must have been proud of you, though.
Very discerning, though, wasn't she?
She sounds quite a character. Yeah. She must have been very proud of you.
When I first wore a uniform, you had to ask permission, now if you don't, of my mother. So I didn't really get any sympathy. She said, well, if you start wearing it, you'll have to wear it all the time, every Sunday. No putting it on one Sunday and taking it off the next kind of stuff.
Really?
And then when I said I was going to, applying for the training college, so she said, well, make up your mind what you want to do. She said, but don't come crying home here if you don't like it. So now, I dare go home after that. Oh. And then when the suggestion came up that I should do nursing, I wrote and told her. So her reply was, well, I thought you wanted to be a Salvation Army officer. But she didn't realise I could combine the two, you see. Now you want to be a nurse, you can't make up your mind what you want to do.
I see, she thought that was...
But so I didn't have it easy.
She wasn't exactly giving you a lot of encouragement.
Oh, no. But I suppose that was the right approach, I suppose.
Well, she's leading you to it, wasn't she?
Yes.
And did you within the Salvation Army, if you became a nurse, could you still go up through the ranks, as it were?
Yes. When I went to do general training, that still counted as years of officership.
Right.
For promotions and that.
Right. And so you went through and got promoted.
Yes.
And what did you become in the end?
Well, I'm a brigadier now.
You're a brigadier. My goodness, that sounds very top ranking.
Yeah.
Yes. Is that the top of the profession?
No, it's after that. But people in big positions, have a lot of oversight of other departments and that can become a colonel, a lieutenant colonel, a colonel, and then a commissioner. Commissioner is the highest rank. And then you've got a woman general.
Where does a major come in?
That's under
full brigadier.
Yeah. They've changed the ranks over the years too, you see, yes. And the uniforms and trimmings and everything have been changed. So there has been quite a lot of changes.
Were you involved in training midwives at all?
Yes. These students, you see, that came, I've had a lot of, mostly practical training.
Yes.
Not necessarily the classroom training.
No, but hands-on work.
Yes, yeah.
What would you say were the qualities that a midwife should have in her work or in her attitude?
Well, she's got to be fond of, be human. A bit of humour.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it takes some brains. You need to be strong and healthy too. When you're doing it in practice.
Yeah.
And you've got to really want to do it. I suppose that's the thing.
Yeah.
You've got to have a certain amount of knowledge, haven't you? But the practical side is the best, rather than book learning.
Yeah. I think a lot of it's about patience as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And I think they forget that a lot these days. That actually, most women will give birth if you trust them to get on with it, won't they?
The thing is, you see, we tend to interfere, you see.
That's right, yes.